Yeah, like I was saying that if you are not aware of that you are being placed in a system to work within to utilize your energy, your aura, your life force, your body, your mental, whatever you want to call it. If you are not aware that's what you're doing, then you can get caught up into the system and then you live and die and work within the system, not knowing that you're tricked into accepting limitations. You're tricked into accepting that which is on the table for you in a limited manner. And so many people world over still continue in this sort of kind of action system working, and they die in it. Sometimes they are satisfied, sometimes not. Because a lot of people, like within the system, I see they're experiencing stress, death. Death come to everyone eventually, but like a lot of people are not satisfied with the systems that are there because they have to. It's a constant battle that you have to keep up. Once, all right, for example, you're in America and you are not working for 3 months after you have achieved or applied for credit card, mortgages, car notes, and all these things. And especially if you have not paid off. Some people have applied and livicated a whole bunch of years, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and they strictly work towards, you know, paying off some of these debts. And yet there might be other debts that follow, like taxes and that kind of stuff. But in truth and in fact, they're in a comfortable position where they start off with a mortgage. Say, for example, 30 years ago, if somebody maybe had a mortgage of $200,000, that place or property, if you had kept it strictly paid on it and kept it for the 30 years, that property may have enhanced its value and gone on to be something like 500,000, $500,000, something like that. And if you were smart enough not to have taken out a second mortgage on that property, where now you have to be refinancing and paying a new mortgage, then you might be in a position to say you have some kind of equity within the property that you have paid off or paid into for a number of years. Yeah. So that's one of the systems that you have in America where you could do that. And I think a lot of people have done that. Like people within my age bracket, age group, 60s and over, and if they were in America, say 30, 40 years ago, they probably have paid off into a system like that, and they might have equity in a property now where they can sell a property, get their equity out, and maybe transfer that to any part of the world, and you can utilize that kind of exchange now to build yourself a new life, a house, or whatever you can do. Some people work within the system and is now dependent on social security and other financial systems that they have put into place so that they can have an ongoing income. Because once you reach, I think their program is like, once you reach this age, after 60 going up, 62 going up, it's like you feel like you can't do nothing more, and this is the time now for you to just sit down and relax and do nothing and just wait till death come. Some people go out and enjoy themselves. Some people don't have enough time to enjoy themselves. Some people, can't even fit within the new society of not working. And as such, you find that a lot of people who don't have any enthusiasm or any joy for life, um, quickly, sooner than later, they vanquish and sometimes they pass on, transition into another world, and they don't get to enjoy much of their retirement life. After 60, and even in America, like you may see and know and discover or hear, that many people, especially, they try to make you believe that you're stupid when you reach 60, you're old, you can't do nothing, you can't think for yourself, and then they put you in a nursing home, and the money that you're getting, it goes to a special kind of people. And if you have bought into that kind of mindset, that you find yourself now living in a nursing home, sick, they're giving you injection, they're giving you insulin, they're giving you all kind of medication, all kind of brain therapy medication to keep you in a position where you are impotent, basically can't make decisions, can't can't function in a normal way. Like for me, you see, I am 60 plus in a year, for them call it. Yeah, in one of the videos I was telling you that I'm close to a airport here in Florida. So as the airplane passes, it makes a lot of noise. So um, yeah, I have to turn off the phone and then regroup. But yeah, at 62 now, I'm just getting ready to live life. I'm planning now to go back to Jamaica, the island from which I came into the United States, and I have no regrets. No regrets, not at all. A lot of people may look at my life because you hear the comments from time to time that, you know, David is broke, David is this, David is crazy, David is that. Yeah, because you see, their expectation of people around your family and friends and people within your societal surroundings where you know they have formulated a kind of lifestyle for you where they were thinking that you would have been doing this, that. So you see, there's an expectation in society because you see, when you go to school, you achieve your little education, yeah, people say, oh yeah, man, I'm a bright boy, man, him can't do this and him can't do that, and yeah, man, they have money and they ain't come from family with money. But money, money is a whole different another level and another program we can talk about. See? But for it's a created system, and a lot of people are not even fully aware of what that created system is, and how it operates and what it do for you. You see me? Yeah, man. So we are gonna break out the thing, in a very special way and continue to talk and continue to have fun and know that after 60, life just begun. And no matter where you're at, man, financially, is where you're at in your mental. That's important, and where you think you're going. But your knowledge of self makes life more interesting, more important. Yeah, your knowledge of self. So, no matter how much money you may have acquired, that is my philosophy and my thinking. I'm saying to myself and to you, if you want to understand, that no matter what amount of money that you may have acquired in life, if you don't get an opportunity to know who you are, where you're from, what you should be doing, where you're about, you know what I mean? Then you'll be swayed by the opinions of society and the opinions of people who want you to live the kind of lifestyle that they would have envisioned for you. But you in yourself have your natural way of life to live and create your own very own reality. So don't give up on your imaginative thoughts and preferences and wants in life because, like you have to create what you want because nobody is coming to do it for you. Yeah, continuation, same speed, same way as we burn this fire right here. So they call it a Wednesday morning, and we are here still having a good vibes, chatting, and bringing the essence of wisdom into the island of Jamaica because once I came over in this land right here, they call it the United Sticks. Some people call it the United Fix because it's not the land in itself. And sometimes it's the people, but it's the way the people have been trained, programmed, coded, and such the like without even knowing. Because you see, when you're working with your natural, you're working with a oneness. When you're working with your natural, you're working with more love and respect. A lot of people have not trained themselves to a mastery of love and respect so that they can exude that kind of quality, essence, vibration, energy within the atmosphere that's their surrounding, in and around their surrounding, will be perpetuated with a whole bunch of goodness. Instead, we allow people and things and ideas and a whole bunch of other things to change the way we look at things, think about things, and operate within things because even where we word things, sometimes we are not in that positive flow of thought and imagination to constantly and purpose in ourselves to do that which is beautiful, that which is good, that which is high vibrational, that which is peaceful, that which is perfect, that which is pure. We don't practice these things on a daily basis. We allow ourselves, to be confronted and it's distracted sometimes by a whole bunch of ideas other than the natural. Yes. And so you see, as a practice of mine, as I have come to realize that you have to create your own reality. So yeah, if you want to create a reality where you want to live in a 5-bedroom house, and you have to put yourself in a position where you are acquiring that amount of financial aid, assistance, money, whatever you want to call it, so that you could do that. Yeah. And all of that is possible. I'm not saying that is not possible, but is that the only thing you would look forward to doing or to achieving in life? While your own spiritual growth takes non-precedence, put it that way, non-precedence to the fact that you have to achieve and gain success. So that's what I'm talking about. We are geared to think that we are nothing and have nothing and are limited within our ways, and the only thing we can do or should be doing is to move towards religion and education and politics in such a way that you will be known and successful, or successful and known through the various means by which you acquire these highfalutin things, money especially. For if you notice, a whole bunch of people just become famous just from having a whole bunch of money, and they become like the standards by which you address and judge other folks. Like you only talk about Donald Trump money or Bill Gates money, you know. But the very important things in life, most times we don't get even an opportunity to discuss. We don't get an opportunity to see who, or to discuss who own the lands. We don't get an opportunity much to discuss where has the gold gone. You see, we don't get an opportunity to discuss who really make money and who owns money. We don't get an opportunity to discuss much about our financial situation. Why is it that we have to constantly be going to a work from 9 to 5 just in order to pay the bills and to eat food? Because that in itself is a normal society. We have been brought up and trained to believe that that's the normal society, where you have to wake up in the morning instead of burning a fire like I am doing right now. Yeah, you don't burn no fire. You don't project your imagination out into the atmosphere, into the ethers, into the cosmos, and talk about the goodness of things. You don't tell yourself that you owe yourself a responsibility to be godlike in this realm and to exercise the godlike good qualities to yourself, and then to the people in your surrounding, and outwardly out into the cosmos. Yeah, we don't practice these things. The things that are most important is that we have to get up, and then we have to prepare ourselves to go to work, and it is that focus that you maintain that will become you. You maintain a focus that you are a 9 to 5er, and you have to go get that, make that 5,000 for like US dollars. Now we're talking 5,000 US dollars per month in order to pay the mortgage and to pay the car note and to take the children to school, and as such the other natural things in life that you ought to be seeking to and ought to be building within yourself and within your society takes non-precedence, like I said, and no priority, because your priority would be to go do the man's job, because you got to get the money. So anytime you could overcome that, where you know for sure that you will be able to do other things to achieve money and to live simplistically, or to achieve money in such a way that you still can be functional in society, then that's up to you to achieve that level of mastery and control. But if you have to be dragged out every morning by somebody, or for some reason that you have to go out and to get busy doing a 9 to 5, like, I remember once, my sister looked at me and she said, you're disoriented. And not to be going back into the things that have happened and the things that have been said is just the fact that in her mind, she's thinking if I'm not moving at her pace, then I am not really a functional character in life. And I'm saying in my head, maybe you are just too busy for me. That is what you have trained to do. Be busy. Get cracking. And that's not my thing. I like to calm down. See, like now I'm sitting down early in the rising and I'm burning a fire. I'm making this video and I'm teaching, I'm speaking goodness. Like I'm saying, the practice in life is to call for peace wherever you go. The practice in life is to bring that perfect smile and that good energy into your atmosphere, to exude that kind of quality, to know that you within yourself are a God person. It doesn't matter if you don't have money, or if you don't have food to eat, or if you don't have a place to sleep. You can create these things easily, but it's the fact that we want to have a 10-bedroom house to impress the other man that, yeah, I'm rich, I am richer than you, that sometimes get into our mindset and we think that it is the most important thing in life. But as I am going through this cycle of time, I call it cycle of time right now, where a very close person to me have passed, the transition we call it, my mom, the person. Give a shout out to all feminine divine. Yeah. So as I'm going through that experience right now, then I'm thinking, talking, writing, and doing a whole bunch of stuff where I realize how important it is for you to practice certain goodness within life. For that's what lives on. No matter how much money you think that you have acquired, or how much status you have gained, or all of this, what's most important is what you left back in turn, the legacy of your spiritual self, the love, the care, the giving, the concern, the good spoken words, the good intentions, and that's what live on. Yeah, because we all can be, angry, and we all can exercise some levels of low frequency. I like to call it low frequency. Like for right now, a lot of the family members who perhaps never get an opportunity to communicate well with their mom or grandmother, when our great grandmother when she was alive, will find an opportunity now to grieve and cry and to carry on and operate in such a way that they're at a loss. Because you see, during the time when you could physically communicate with her at this realm, in this realm and at this level, a lot of people never realized it was important. I never see it to be important, so they never took the time actually to communicate, to ensure that mom was doing all right, to put an encouraging word in her head, yeah, to say something nice and beautiful and creative and uplifting. Sometimes we need that, in each other's life. Where you can know that the words that you're uttering, the thoughts that you are issuing or projecting from your mind into the ethers against each other is very important. It's going to either make or break. And so, what will be your plan? What will be your creation? What is it that you want to do? Do you want to make or you want to break? A lot of people, they are breaking. You can see them from time to time. They're breaking with their words. They don't communicate well because you see their spell that they're throwing out there is one to deplete, is one to destroy, is one to give negativity to, is one to just not be them God self, being their destructive self instead of their generating and creative self. Generating and creative good self, because you could create a bad self also, and that is on you. So yes, giving a thanks always to know that we are powerful beings in this realm by our mind, We are a powerful being in this realm by our actions. We are a powerful being in this realm by our words. So with our minds, our words, and our action, what is it that we will purposely issue? What is it that we will purposely project? What is it that we will purposely speak and create? So it's up to each and every one of us. But now, a lot of people, to a major extent, are not even familiar or don't realize that such is the case. That is your thought process, your action process, your word process, that bring about the reality of those that you encounter in and around you. And yes, that's what it is. So, as an encouragement to the family and friends and people out there who may come in contact with this video, it's for those who will come in contact with this video. I am purposefully putting out there high vibrational stuff of peace, love, joy, and happiness, balance, equality, and justice, creativity, goodness, benevolence. And so, with all of that being said, I'm going to now end this video to let you know that you too can be purposeful in your good deeds. You too can exercise good actions. You too can think constantly good things, good imagination, good ways, good uplifting and powerful ways. So it's in you and it's in me. So as I encourage you, hopefully, that I will be able to see somebody exercising the same good encouragement or even being encouraged by the word that I can say and encouraged by the practices that I have been doing, and be encouraged by the outcome of what you see life is all about. Because yes, it's important to have money, but it's better to have the best of relationship where you can exercise love, peace, joy, and happiness. And with that being said, I say Ashe, we're out.